As they transition into the T-38, it doesn't take Class 1407 long to figure out that the journey to becoming NATO air warriors just speeded up.
The transition for them, the obstacles they have to overcome, I think, are basically getting used to high speed and a different kind of airframe that they're flying. The T-6 is a thick wing aircraft, and the T-38 is very thin wing and high speeds. So the difference they're going to have to adjust to is the speed and the little amount of fuel that actually is available. So time, efficiency, and
T-6 was stressful because we were learning how to fly, and that was half the battle with that aircraft. But coming to 38, basically know how to fly, basic aircraft control, stuff like that. I think the aircraft is a lot easier to fly.
It was a definite transition of mindsets from learning how to be a pilot and fly airplanes to learning how to fly an airplane, specifically a fighter type aircraft. So the mindset was really the big change.
Switching from the T-6 to the T-38 is definitely a huge shock. You go from doing two-ship tactical low level in the T-6 and you're feeling pretty good about yourself, and then you go into the T-38 and your first takeoff at full AB it's pretty eye-opening. The pace at which everything happens is so much faster.
I mean, the biggest difference is it's fast. That's kind of like the first kick in the pants. In the T-6 you could kind of fall behind a little bit, and the IP could kind of coax you along the way for you to catch up and find out what mistakes you're doing while you're flying. T-38, you fall behind right away. There's no catching up. You need to be ahead of the jet, thinking ahead what you're going to do next. And so that was the big eye-opener. And when transitioning to 38, so everything moves twice as fast.
After making the initial adjustments to flying the T-38, the students once again find themselves solo.
As a class as a whole, they're progressing. We've had one solo so far, and although things could have gone better on that one, he did the right procedures to correct the deviations that he had. They're coming along nicely. They're showing a good learning curve, making it happen.
I was really excited, really nervous. I wasn't scared until I took off and I realized I had one of the aircraft with the new tension springs installed in the stick. So I thought I had a flight control malfunction initially, which was a little scary. But it was one of the best feelings I've ever had, getting out to the area, flying by myself, and bringing the jet back safe.
When you solo the T-38, that's the biggest thing that I've done in pilot training, right? Because it is a jet that you have to really respect, and if you don't respect it, you can kill yourself very easily. And to land and have successfully accomplished a mission, whether it's with an IP or especially solo, is a great feeling.
For some of the students, the road to becoming a military pilot is not being traveled alone on the home front.
So having my wife here is a big help for me. I feel like she supports me a lot. Just doing a normal day, having her at home, helping with every general stuff I have to do at home. And then just, of course, having her as a support for tough days. If you go home and you feel like you had a bad ride, it's nice to have someone to talk with about it.
It's nice to see that he's working hard to accomplish his goals. At the same time, I sometimes wish that I could take a nap and take that power to him that I get from the nap, because he could really need some extra sleep. But I think he's so determined to just do this the best he can. So seeing him doing that, it's just makes me happy.
As the students get closer to the end of the T-38 phase, the natural inclination to look ahead creeps in.
Possibly going to a new aircraft, there's always unknowns, which is exciting. I'm definitely excited to get out of the training environment, even though the follow-on assignment will be more training, but definitely get back in the CAF. I'm definitely looking forward to that, getting back to the squadron and getting to travel the world and just doing the mission that you want to do instead of getting instructors barking at you all day.
So it's always in the back of your head. Your assignment night's really big, and it can control your career for the rest of your life, or at least a little doorway into other careers for you, or other aircraft you could fly. But I still think the main goal here is to get the wings on your chest. I mean, no matter what airframe that you get, getting those wings on your chest is what we came here for.
And it's hard to say where after 10 years, when our commitment's over and we start looking to go on to other things, like, it's hard to really say where I'm going to be at, because there's a part of me that would love to go out and be a weapons school guy, or maybe try to go to TPS, or try to be a squadron commander, or maybe you realize, hey, I love flying and all I want to do is stay in the cockpit. So I guess all those options have an appeal to me, and it's probably going to take a little bit of time actually in a real you know, active duty aircraft to figure out where your heart really lies.
On the next episode of Experience ENJJPT, Class 1407 learns their future on drop.